Yay. There you go.
And all right, now we're live.
And we're live.
Yay.
Oh, great.
Good.
Well, David, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for hosting our chat tonight.
Oh, thanks so much for having me on and the opportunity to talk with your group. What a great, exciting group you have.
Thank you. We just stumbled into this wonderful group just about a year and a half ago, started tweeting, and it's just grown and grown. We have a child with us that is not in bed like she's supposed to be.
I know that.
This is one of our 3 monkeys.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you say hi,
Can you
Tatum?
say hi, Tatum?
Hi.
Hi. Can you go lay down?
Look at this one.
Yes, the bear. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
All right. We got it. Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Always parents.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things for me that really drew, the interest into you, what kind of seeking you out was, your mission statement of, which is very similar, I think, to K-12s, which is, keeping that creativity and keeping it going in almost any direction. So.
Right. And when I started writing the book, it was really about showing people. I want to show everyone that they're creative in different ways. I got introduced to Myers-Briggs, and I realized that different people with different personalities were creative in different ways. And I started interviewing people, and a lot of people said they weren't creative. And I said, why? What happened? And they said, I used to sing, I used to dance, but someone in 2nd or 3rd or 4th grade said I was painting. What happened was something they were really excited about. They did something different. I'm painting the sun green. Everyone laughed at me and told me, it was wrong. And then I never tried anything different like that again. And I heard this story in different variations over and over. And then I started interviewing people who did consider themselves creative. And I said, well, what went right in your life? What did your parents do right? And I try to sort that out, informally by personality type. And we came up with advice for different types of personalities to keep them going through grade school and college and on. Different things that motivate different people. It's differential learning. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially at my level, because I teach, kindergarten through 5th grade, and I, definitely see that frailty, of it's very, very subtle, and either way can make or break them. So. Right.
And I believe that we could insulate the kids when they're at that age to get past it and get past the criticisms.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a neighbor, it could be a friend, it could be a teacher who means well. And, I was always encouraged by my mom. She gave me so much praise for my artwork. I don't think I was very good. She gave me so much praise. I heard her voice over any critic. I'm like, no. If a neighbor laughed at me, I said, no. My mom knows better. And that got me through. But for example, my son, he's very, very traditional. He follows the rules. He's a personality type who I'm lucky in that sense.
Yeah, you are.
But he's so traditional. And to keep him creative, I give him examples of the tradition of creativity. I show him that he's very step-by-step. So I show him that creativity can be incremental changes. And yesterday he came home with his homework, and he was learning how to write in cursive.
I took this shell and I broke it.
And he drew, I'll get back to you in a second.
No, it's okay. No.
Go ahead.
So he's learning how to write the capital letter B, and he started writing with all kinds of loops. And he says, am I allowed to do that? And I said, when you're at home, when you're writing to your friends, when you're writing in your journal, you could do it any way you want. But in school, they're trying to teach you a standard way to communicate. So the idea is it's okay to be original, but it's also okay to do what they're doing at school. So he'll go to school and he'll write the way he's supposed to. And maybe he'll be more creative at home, but he'll see the balance. And this is how I'm trying to insulate him to do what he wants in the right space, and then follow what needs to be done at school or where he needs to be. And that's a strategy for his personality type. Other ones might have something different. And this is kind of where we're coming from.
Is your son the oldest? Or
He's my only son.
oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, yes, he is the oldest.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the similarities because we have an oldest who is a boy as well, and
He tends to be more of a rule follower.
he's more of a rule follower as well, and just wondering if that is that kind of personality.
Well, I think birth order probably does play into a little bit.
It does. And the environment plays somewhat, and it's amazing how different kids in the same family can be.
Oh yes.
And you know, and we all want our kids to be like us. We see things like them in us, but we're not completely like them. And the more we understand how they're different, the more we can encourage them for being different. And this is where a lot of friction comes with parents. A rule-abiding parent would be like, I can't believe my kid doesn't follow the rules, and they won't like to do that. But some kids don't, and they have different ways to be motivated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's kind of the most important thing for parents and teachers to know is that our personalities might be different than our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what worked for us creatively might not work for them creatively.
Yeah, that's true.
Was there anything in the chat tonight that really kind of stuck out for you or to you?
I'm going to read through it again. It was so quickly. Every time I try to answer someone's post, I looked up 27 new messages.
Right. Yeah.
What struck me the most is the activity and the fact that these are all very busy people and they're very engaged in something. It's wonderful what you're doing. You're doing a great service. I can't believe you do this every week. I'm going to.
Yes, it's definitely a weekly thing. Yes.
It kind of just, at this point we couldn't not do it. Like it's
if we stopped, there would be a lot of people I think really
you have to continue. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's a great thing because I think that the common thread is that we are all very passionate educators and we're very passionate about growing ourselves so that we're better educators for our students. So I and it's a 45-minute chat on Twitter, and then we try to visit with the host so people can kind of hear a little bit from the host themselves, and then that'll go to the YouTube feed. But it's a lot of fun and it's really exciting. I mean, and it's silly too. I think to your point about how parents and kids are so different, Nick Hahn posted a picture of her 2 kids, and she said she had an Alex P. Keaton and a Punky Brewster.
I saw that. Yeah. That was great.
That is so true. I mean, we have 3 children under the age of 10, and they're all so different. Yeah. And I think, I was raised by a very free, independent mother who gave us a lot of freedom and a lot of choice and a lot of ability to use our own voice. One of the stories I always love to tell is that she was a very politically active person. I am not, but she was, and we had to go march with her. And she was protesting that something Ronald Reagan was doing. And my favorite thing was that I just wanted to make a sign. I just wanted to paint and make signs. And she would let us make whatever sign we wanted. And so I was about 4 or 5 maybe. And I said, Mommy, help me write, I love Ronnie. And so I made a big heart, and it was completely polar opposite of whatever she was protesting.
And she didn't make a big deal about it.
She let me do that, and I carried my sign, and she carried hers, and it was all great. Yeah. But I think, however you're raised and perspective gives you a lot of insight to, I feel like it, just by the way she raised me, maybe I can try to be a little bit more forgiving with our kids being each so individual and so different,
Right. And the more you all understand each other, the better you could all get along, and the better your siblings will get along with each other too. I'd love to send you a copy of my book. You have to send me your address.
We'd love to. Yeah,
really,
thank you.
Wonderful. Reading it, and even if you want to talk afterwards. Are you familiar with Myers-Briggs personality type theories?
I've done a little bit of it, but that's more
of
like
a long time though.
Yeah.
Like it's the letters NFP.
Right.
Yeah.
Introvert, extrovert, sensing or intuitive, feeling or thinking, judging or perceiving.
It's been a long, long time since I did it. Yeah, I think I did it in graduate school for leadership class. So
I'm kind of taking a new take on it that other people haven't done, and it's how it can be used for creativity. But I've also used it tremendously as an advocate for children.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's such a powerful tool of understanding the differences. Introverts need alone time, for example, and extroverts like to create in a group, and it's just such a big difference that sometimes teachers realize that they say, well, why doesn't the kid participate? Why at recess do they want to go off on their own? It's because they need
pick shells. Yeah.
But there's so much to this. It's pretty amazing. And my goal is to show everyone they're creative, but I also want to show teachers, because this is a starting point for the next generation. We need to keep children creative as they get through high school, college. I've had college teachers tell me that the kids write perfectly, their grammar's perfect, but they don't have ideas somehow. And how do you teach them to have the ideas? And I think that's all in the younger grades. They all have ideas, and they just have the confidence to continue to express the ideas that they think are original. And again, it's praising what's original. It's pointing out what's original. There's we want to say anything that's new, we love. But anytime we say something new, we kind of shy away from it.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to have a culture, especially for the younger kids.
Yeah.
That something's new. Wow, that might not be the answer, but it's cool. Then we can But there's praise in its own space for what's creative and new. And I think that could be part of the answer.
I think that, I mean, one of the things we talk a lot about is the importance of exhibits for kids, and putting, you know, it's, okay, so we're huge Peter Reynolds fans, and The Dot, and really just that, you know, when you put something on a wall that's a child's work, that
sense of confidence,
the sense of confidence, just in the glow that they have, and that self-worth, it forever, like the first time you feel like you're going to show, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, and that talk about a confidence boost for kids and just building up their creative life, you know.
You watch TV?
No. I'm going to step out because we have a child that is not
I understand.
But I have just been I did have one last question real quick. At what age can you do the Myers-Briggs with children?
They have a version called by someone, Elizabeth Murphy. It's for children, and I think it starts around 7 or 8 years old.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I would say, that
the
would
language is a little bit different.
Their personalities are pretty well formed by then.
Yeah. Right, and that's really the most accurate way to determine it. If you know your own children, you could probably guess their personalities pretty easily.
Can you say bye-bye?
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
I'm going to let Daddy talk to Mr.
Every night I say to my son, good night, sleep tight, wake up bright in the morning light. My grandmother always said that to me, and I say that to him every night.
Can you say good night, sleep tight?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, David.
Thank you. It was great talking with you.
You too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's just so much to cover in that, and I, would hate to keep you any longer than we do.
No, there's a lot of depth to it. I'd like to send you a copy of my book, because there's really a lot to this, and I think you both benefit from it. And you both, I'd say, thought leaders. So the more that you know about this, the more you could help spread the word, and
absolutely,
about personality type differences and how that could impact our creativity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually started when you first agreed to host our chat tonight. I had actually spread the word to our gifted and talented teacher, and shared the questions with him. I actually didn't see him in the chat, but I know he's busy doing some things. But he definitely, I printed him out and sent him a copy of the questions, and he seemed really interested in it. So
great.
Can't wait to spread the word to him on that. So. Well, once again, we thank you so much for hosting our chat tonight.
I'm happy to. You're doing tremendously great work, I could see.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. And anytime you feel like jumping into our chat at any time, please let me know. And I'll email you our address.
Great.
And we'll keep in contact.
Great. Thanks so much, Matt.
All right. Thanks, David.
Great to meet you. Okay.
Bye.